Alright, our maid of honor, Natalie's going to go first. Wait a minute. He was just kidding, I guess. Okay, that's important. Yay!
Alright, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Natalie, and I met Laura about 8 years ago at Oakland City University, where we were both going to be teachers. She was going for kindergarten, I went for high school. I'm very excited to be here and really honored that she asked me to be her maid of honor. Over the past 6 months, I have attended 6 weddings. I have been taking notes when I listen to the other speeches to try and help me in writing my speech, since I've never done this before. I've learned over the past 6 months that the toast is an opportunity for the maid of honor to either embarrass the couple, cry uncontrollably, mention a lot of inside jokes, and then send them on their way. Every speech was so different, it left me at more of a loss on what to say. I couldn't tell an embarrassing story without embarrassing both of us, so that one's out. And while I'm not really a crier, there were lots of times Laura let me cry on her shoulder when things weren't going quite right. Laura has always been there to listen to me and back me up, like when a little lady stole my sunglasses at the Fall Fest. And I'm just so happy that she's found someone like Chris to share her life with and who treats her so well. He's just been delightful. I remember when she first told me about Chris on the phone, and wanted us to come meet him in Princeton. She was so happy on the phone, you could hear it in her voice, and it thrilled me that she found someone like that could make her that happy. Again, thank you both for letting me be a part of your day, and congratulations.
Hey. Chris. Shimon. I'm not going to embarrass Chris. Alright, Chris was the best man at my wedding.
Via Skype.
Via Skype, a couple 1,000 miles away, what we call Iraq. That was a very understandable situation, so I'm returning the favor. I have a few stories, alright? The first story starts off the moment Chris and Laura kissed. Like 25 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, something like that. Maybe an hour ago. I'm like, I wonder if Laura knows. I'm going to start my story. Like 10 years ago, me and Chris were fishing at this lake called McNeely Lake. Over near where Matt lives, over near Adams Run. We had a pretty good basket of fish. Chris casts, bobber goes down, sets the hook, reels it in. The fish is kind of small. What does Chris do? He should have thrown it back. No. He should have threw it back. No. Chris takes his little poor fish, looks at it in his eye, twinkle, bites his head off.
Where he gets that from?
Bites its head off. Now I'm just wondering, Laura, did you know about this? Laura has kissed Chris and the bluegill. The second story starts at, me and Chris were young. We learned how to cuss. Real young, and you're probably asking yourself, how did we learn how to cuss? Not pointing any fingers. When I was little, I would say, hey Mike, can Chris come over to watch the defending 8-time national champion University of Kentucky basketball team? I hear less cheers, more boos. Me and Chris would sit on that red couch and we would watch Tubby Smith, the coach at the time, run the basketball team into the ground. We were 10, 11, 12, 13. You should have heard the words that come out of our mouth. S this, F that. Tubby Smith is gone, but that's where we learned to cuss. The third story starts at the adventures me and Chris have had. We have had the adventures that you have never known. And every time I would call Chris up, either a cell phone, landline, whatever you want to call it back in the day, I would call Chris up. There's no phone. Hey Chris, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. Do you want to do such and such? Well, Chris would come back 2 or 3 days later, after he thought about it. It's been calculated. He's thought about the adventure. And that's what takes me to today. When Chris called me about a year ago and said that he wants to marry Laura, I knew that this was a calculated, very calculated, something he wanted to do. It was very thought through, and this was another venture that he wanted to go forward through in life. If it didn't involve hunting, if it didn't involve fishing, if it involved Laura, I knew that it wasn't special. So when Chris called me, I knew that it was thought through. I knew this is something that he meant to do. I knew this is something that he would love to do. So we'd like to congratulate Laura. I'd like to thank Chris for a wonderful life ahead of you. And me being married, I know that is awesome. 100% awesome. And I cannot wait for you two to live your life the best as you can. That's it.